What's up, guys? Tony, Stephen, Exley's on the NFL. And today we are going to talk mostly about scores. Oh, my fucking chest again, man. First game was Steelers-Browns. Did you watch it?
I saw the highlights of it because that was the Thursday night game, wasn't it? So
Yeah, that was the snow game.
yeah, I completely forgot that one was actually on until Saturday or something.
Yeah,
So I watched the highlights of it.
When did I watch it? I think I watched it Friday morning when I was waiting for everyone else to get to work. That was a fucking hectic game. Can you imagine playing in the snow?
I saw at one point they done I think it was an extra point kick, and like from the camera view, the ball just disappeared into the snow.
It's crazy, isn't it? I'd love to play in that, but don't think I'd enjoy the cold. So we got 19 to the Steelers, and they got beat by the Browns of all people. A little bit confusing, but I suppose the Browns are going to be a bit more adapt to the snow. They get much snow in Pittsburgh? I'm not really sure.
A bit. I mean, they aren't far from. They're in Pennsylvania, aren't they? So they're kind of close to Philadelphia.
Yeah. Weird. Maybe.
But I don't know if they'd get as much as Cleveland would. But
looking at Justin Fields have one attempt, nothing complete, no yards, no touchdowns, nothing. Russell Wilson.
Well, he did go in, but he done a bit more rushing. I think they used him in like third down, run the ball, get the first.
3 attempts, 26 yards. So Russell Wilson had 28 attempts, 21 complete, 1 touchdown. That's not bad though.
I think it was both of their better games so far.
Yeah, it looks like a hard-fought game from the stats. 368 yards, 304 total yards.
Yeah, it seemed like a fairly well-matched game between the two
teams. Steelers have 120 rushing yards, whereas the Browns have 85. 67 total plays, 55 total plays. It's weird because the Browns have a lot more turnovers. They have 3 turnovers to the Steelers' 1 turnover.
Yeah.
It's not something
which is wild for the team that's won.
Yeah, that's what I was just going to say. You don't really see a team that has won the game have that many turnovers. We always say that turnovers will fucking kill you.
Because usually they do.
Yeah, definitely.
But for some reason, this time, they didn't. I mean, I think from what I saw of the highlights, the Browns were kind of just marching up and down.
Yeah, you can see it.
Whereas the Steelers seemed to get close to the red zone and then just kind of almost drop.
Yeah, because you've got a field goal for the Steelers. There was nothing in the first quarter. Second quarter was field goal Steelers, touchdown Browns, field goal Browns. Third quarter, field goal Steelers. Fourth quarter, touchdown Browns, touchdown Steelers, touchdown Browns. See, that is just a weird game, just looking at the scoring summary. But even watching the game, it felt a little bit weird. Do you know what I mean? It felt like it was the Steelers should have won that game to me.
Yeah, I mean, especially with the more turnovers happening for the Browns.
Yeah, 100%.
Like you would have thought, usually when one team turns the ball over more, they lose the game.
Yeah.
But the Browns somehow managed to pull out the win. I mean, it wasn't a high score for either team.
No.
So I think both teams kind of gave up too many points, if you see what I mean.
Yeah. Gave up too many attempts. So we'll move on to Cowboys Commanders.
That was wild.
Yeah, I red zoned a lot of it because Packers were playing later on, so I just red zoned because I wanted to watch.
So did I.
There was no one game I wanted to watch. I didn't pick a game. But Cowboys 34, Commanders 26, and it is. I've seen a few things on this.
The Commanders and Cowboys one came down to the last few minutes.
Yeah. Was it not a pick? I believe it was a pick. The last touchdown by the Cowboys.
I don't know if it was a pick
No,
not, but there
kicked
was
onside.
a kick, a return kick, I believe. But like looking
Yeah,
at
it
the
is.
score, it's 3 points in the first quarter for Washington, nothing for Dallas. Then in the second, you got 3 for Dallas, nothing for Washington. Third quarter, you got 7 for Dallas, 6 for Washington. The fourth quarter, you got 24 for Dallas, 17 for Washington. The last quarter was where everything happened.
Yeah, field goal, touchdown, 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 field goal, touchdown, touchdown. That is absolutely mad.
It just got wild.
Cooper Rush played very well for the Cowboys.
Yeah.
32 attempts, 24 complete, 247 yards, 2 touchdowns. And then CD Lamb got 1 attempt for 1 yard with an average of 1. Cooper Rush, 4 attempts, 1 yard.
What I'm looking at, CD Lamb got 10 receptions for 67 yards.
Yeah, I'm looking at rushing. CD Lamb, right. Yeah, 10 receptions, 67 yards, no touchdown. Jalen Tolbert got 22 yards for 2 receptions, 1 touchdown. Something's just from that feel of that game on the red zone. The Commanders seem to be struggling again.
They've lost the last 2 at least. I mean, they've lost 5
Daniels overall. Is falling back, isn't
he? All the rookies seem to be falling back a little bit at the moment.
Regressing now, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, he got 275 yards, 38 attempts, 25 complete, 2 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions.
Yeah, like the stats apart from interceptions aren't too bad especially for a rookie quarterback.
No, he got 74 yards rushing, 7 attempts, longest 23, 1 touchdown, and that's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, the overall yards for both teams are 332 for Dallas, 412 for Washington.
It's a crazy way for Washington to go out, seeing as they were doing so well at the beginning of the season, and now they get banged out by the Cowboys,
who are now 4-7.
I know. What the Cowboys are. Commanders are
7-5.
That's a crazy team to lose.
You wouldn't have expected that.
No, not at all. As we're so late in the week, we're going to steam through these pretty quickly, just in case you didn't notice. Chiefs Panthers, because we always end up rambling for fucking ages. End up doing like an hour and a half video.
This one we got to talk about a little bit though.
Yeah, I did. Honestly, was sitting on the edge of my seat thinking.
Every time this one came up on Red Zone, like in the fourth quarter, and every time I was looking at it, I was like, "How is the score this close?"
Yeah, because up until
the Chiefs are 10-1.
Yeah.
How did they almost lose to the Panthers?
What are the Panthers sitting at right now?
3-8.
Ooh,
how does it get that close?
They were so close to making the Chiefs 10-2.
And honestly, there wouldn't have been a game better this season. I don't think.
No. Bryce Young,
not during the regular season.
Not just Bryce Young. The whole team.
You look at Bryce's stats for this: 21 of 35, 263 yards, a touchdown, no interceptions.
That's mental. How many did?
Patty done 27 of 37, 269, and 3 touchdowns.
No interceptions though. It's nice to see Patrick Mahomes not get an interception in a game. I think that's got to be a rarity.
This was both teams. 0 turnovers at all on either team.
It's mad, isn't it?
391 total yards for the Chiefs and 334 for Carolina.
Bryce Young's QBR from this game is 100.44. Patrick Mahomes is
best performance of the season.
100%. And you got Patrick Mahomes 127.33. So there's not a great deal of difference between the two. If Bryce Young could have got a couple more touchdowns.
Well, the problem was
he would have.
Yeah, I mean, in the fourth quarter, they put up a field goal, right? Then they put up a touchdown, and then the Chiefs got the winning field goal.
Yeah.
If that first field goal had been a touchdown, that field goal from the Chiefs wouldn't have been enough to win it.
No. I honestly, I was on Fan Zone on Red Zone.
Yeah.
Have you been on there?
I've looked on it a few times. Yeah.
The people on there were just like, the Panthers are going to win this, take down the Chiefs. I'm like, what the fuck? I was sitting on the edge of my seat going, please don't change, please don't change, please don't change. I just wanted to see, and then the Chiefs got a field goal. So, but that was the best game I've watched by the Panthers in a long, long time.
But the only reason the Chiefs got a field goal is because the last touchdown from the Panthers came in at 1:46. So the Chiefs just had too much time to drag their feet up the field.
Yeah.
Just slow it down enough to stop them getting close.
Who's this new kicker? What's happened to Harrison Butker? Have they got rid of him now?
He's out with an injury.
Okay.
I don't think he's on ER. I don't think Butker's on IR. I just think he's got one of these weird hamstring things that everybody seems to be getting at the moment.
This week, the special teams did not do very well for any team. Like,
no.
With an exception of a couple of teams, there was a few missed field goals, fluffed fucking kicks.
That's been the last couple of weeks.
It was more evident this week.
Couple of weeks. Yeah.
It was more evident this week.
But yeah, I mean, you can't say anything bad about Bryce Young's performance this week, really.
No, definitely not.
Especially with that team, how bad they've been this season. That was definitely something that would give those fans hope for the future.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah, definitely. If they can keep Bryce Young going in the direction that he seems to be going in, they could stand a fighting chance of maybe not winning a Super Bowl, but actually getting higher up the table than previous seasons. Yeah.
I mean, they currently have a better record than the Jags, who have just recently paid their quarterback $200.
Wow.
So,
should we go on to Titans? Texans. Titans 32, Texans 27. And they were at home. What is going on with CJ Stroud?
They are on a bit of a recession.
Yeah.
Like there seems to be something strange about CJ at the moment. He doesn't seem to be performing. He's doing a Burrow. He doesn't seem to be performing like himself.
No, definitely not.
There's definitely something off.
Yeah, he didn't. They got 369 total yards to 260 total yards, 237 passing yards to 220 passing yards. Titans rushing yards were 132. Titans had 3 turnovers again, and Texans had 2 turnovers. Again, the winning team with the most turnovers.
But it's Will Levis. He seems to just be a turnover person. That seems to be his thing at the moment.
But they've done really well.
I will say, I didn't really pay too much attention to this game.
No, same.
But what I will say is, I saw on Red Zone, it looked like quite a hard game on both sides.
Yeah, 100%. The score's close. Passing yards are close. Rushing yards are a little bit different. Will Levis had 24 attempts, 18 complete, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. And then, where are we? Rushing. What did they have total rushing? They had a lot of rushing yards. Man, I'm ill again. It's fucking annoying. 132 rushing yards for the Titans. They had 2 receiving touchdowns, 1 rushing touchdown, 1 by Will Levis, 2 by Will Levis. Man, I'm so ill. I can't concentrate properly. I'm dying. This fog just keeps getting passed around our house. Kids. I actually didn't watch much of the Titans Texans, if I'm honest.
I saw a bit of what came up on Red Zone, but like even when either team got a touchdown, there didn't seem to be much exciting about it. If you know what I mean.
It doesn't seem that way, does it? Patriots, Dolphins again. Another one that wasn't on Red Zone a great deal this week.
Yeah, but it seemed to be a bit of a Dolphins runaway.
It was a Dolphins blowout by the look of it. 15-34 for the Dolphins.
What I will say about this one is the Patriots put up a fight in the fourth quarter. Didn't seem to do much in the first three quarters.
They are, where are we? Yeah, Dolphins ran away with it for the first two quarters, well, second and third quarter. And then the Patriots put up a little touchdown, a cheeky 2-pointer.
Yeah, it was a bit of a weird one, but the Dolphins just walked away with it.
There's not too much you can say about that. Tua is back.
Tua's definitely back on form after his head injury.
Yeah. You look at,
and I don't know if they'll make the playoffs, but they're definitely a contender to make the playoffs, I think.
Yeah, I think they are. Where are we?
They're definitely fighting for that last spot.
Yeah, they should be. They're a decent enough team to actually get themselves there.
Yeah, I think it was just because he had that head injury and they dropped. That's what took a lot of their games away.
Yeah. Oh, I'm trying to pull up the playoff picture. NFL 2024. Come on. What's going on, mate? It's thumping, mate. My hat is hurting my brain. It's giving me brain injury or something. So where are the Dollar fans? They're on the bubble. They're 8. They went up one place. There's not too much you can say about a lot of these games. They were kind of either a blowout or a complete washout, in my opinion.
A lot of them were. It was a strange week for games.
Lions, Colts. Lions 24, Colts 6. That is not the way the Lions have been going. They're normally 50 pointers, aren't they?
They are. I think it was a bit more of a bit of a harder fight than they expected.
Yeah, definitely against the Colts.
I don't think it was the Colts' best performance.
No, they managed to hold
I think it was more of a Lions had a bit of a dip game.
Yeah,
for the Lions at least.
Because the Colts got a field goal in the first quarter and a field goal in the second quarter, and that's it.
Yeah, they literally didn't put up any other points.
They didn't really do too much. As always, a Lions runaway game, just not the normal Lions smash your front door off.
I think it was more of the defense of the Lions is what destroyed them.
Yeah,
I think the offense, from what I saw of it, the offense took a bit of a dip. It was almost like they weren't playing their best, but the defense just kept going, right, we're not having this, you're not putting any points up.
The defense kept the Lions going, and nothing was working for the Colts.
Yeah.
Bucks, Giants. I thought something just flashed up on my screen then. There is not too much you can say about the New York Giants this season.
The Giants are in a shit show at the moment.
They definitely are. Bucks ran away with it, 30-7.
Yeah, there was no hope for the Giants.
You look at the scoring summary. The Bucks have ruled it all the way up until the fourth quarter, and you've got 11 minutes 28 left, and New York managed to get themselves a touchdown. They gave it a shot. There was no way they were coming back.
At no point, though, in this game did I think the Giants were winning.
No. Here's another one of the not really shown on Red Zone until they went to the Octobox, and then I wasn't really looking at them games anyway.
What I will say is I saw pretty sure it was from this week, a clip of, did you see it? I don't know if you saw it. Baker Mayfield giving his receiver a block.
Did I see that? I may have seen.
So basically, Baker's lobbed it across, the receivers across the field grabbed it, started being chased back the other way. Baker's waved at him, going this way. he's being chased by 3 guys.
Yeah.
Mayfield's just in front of him, and then just stops and runs into one of the defenders and wipes him out.
Don't know if I've seen that. Not sure if I've seen it. Maybe.
Well, I will say Baker Mayfield definitely is one of them guys who will give his all every week.
Yeah.
Win
so
or lose, he's going out there and doing it.
Yeah, he's going to do it for the team. Baker Mayfield had 30 attempts, 24 complete, 294 yards. And then he had 4 attempts at rushing, along with Bucky Irving, Rashid White, Sean Tucker, who all 4 of those got rushing touchdowns. There was no lobbing the ball for receiving touchdowns. Bit disappointing, but you can't knock it. A touchdown is a touchdown, no matter how you get it. Tommy DeVito, 31 attempts, 21 complete. No touchdowns, no interceptions. Drew Lock.
Which is a surprise.
Yeah. Drew Lock, 1 attempt, 1 complete. 3 yards. Their 1 touchdown came from Devin Singletary. He had 3 rushing yards, 2 attempts. Longest was 2 yards, 1 touchdown.
Which is ironic because he now wears 26, which is obviously Saquon's number there.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone, a load of Giants fans after the Eagles signed him, were like, "Oh, Devin Singletary is going to replace him. He's going to be just as good, if not better," and hasn't really done much.
No. Vikings Bears.
That became very close. I don't know how. The Vikings were winning quite well. I think they had a 10-point lead.
Second quarter they were 14-7, and then it went third quarter 24-10. Then fourth quarter 27-16, and then the Bears answered back with a touchdown and a field goal to put them at 27-27.
That literally went to overtime. That one got very close.
That was one of the games that was on Red Zone quite a lot.
That was one of the later games. So obviously there was that one. Who were the Packers playing?
Oh my God. 49ers, Jesus.
Yeah. So there was that one, the Packers-Niners game, and then there was another one, I can't remember which one, but in the late window there was only 3, so there was quite a bit more shown during breaks and stuff of the other 2 games.
As soon as the Packers game started, I came off Red Zone and was just on the back.
Yeah, I carried on with Red Zone, but it was shown on Red Zone quite a bit, and they kind of almost blew that game.
The Vikings?
Yeah.
It does
very close.
It's a very boom, 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 boom game. Looking at the score.
Well, also in overtime, the Bears actually had the ball first,
and they still lost.
Yeah, literally I can't remember if they gave it up on downs or got intercepted, but the Packers had the ball. They were going up the field, turned over, and gave up the field goal.
The Vikings
got the field goal, but the Bears gave them the field goal, essentially. They gave them a chance to get the field goal.
Yeah. Well, what can you do? Sam Darnold.
But I will say, Darnold put in a hell of a performance. I think he got taken out of the game for a little bit.
Yeah, Nick Mullins was in.
Yeah. And I think that's how it came to being a close game.
Yeah, Nick Mullins had 1 attempt, 1 complete, 14 yards. Oh, excuse me.
Because the Vikings just signed Daniel Jones.
I thought he was going to Cowboys?
No, that turned out to be fake.
Oh, I didn't see that.
He's just signed with the Vikings for the remainder of the season on the practice squad. He's signed, I think it's like $350,000 contract. 100,000 of it's guaranteed for him being on the practice squad, and the extra 250 if he gets called up.
Right. Okay.
But it's funny that they're paying him that much, really, because the Giants are still on the hook for like nearly 12 mil for the season. So
Mate,
he's getting a payday either way.
If I was the Vikings, I'd get him in, get him starting, pay him his 250 grand or whatever.
Yeah, but then Sam Darnold, when he's been in, has led the Packers to, what are they, 9-2?
Vikings, you keep saying Packers. I thought I was confused for a minute. Because we briefly spoke about the Packers game, I think. Yeah, Sam Darnold does seem to be the way forward for the Vikings.
Yeah, I think they took him on so they can see what he's like and maybe put him as the backup.
You look at Caleb Williams' score, though. You got Sam Darnold with 330 yards, 44 attempts, 22 complete, 2 touchdowns. Caleb Williams, 47 attempts, 32 complete, not amazing, 340 yards for 2 touchdowns.
It's one of his better performances, though.
100%. Yeah, because he's been interception after interception, turnovers, all sorts.
Yeah, I think he's. I don't think the whole thing's been his fault. I mean, if you've got nobody protecting you,
you're not going to get it.
Or players that can't catch the ball properly,
yeah,
then yeah, it's going to be a shit show start to front.
It seems to be when other rookies are taking a nosedive in their season, he seems to pick back up again. There's a little bit of a pattern. Like he's same as all the rookies. They're all aren't they at the moment?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
First year, first season. Hopefully next season they do a lot better. I don't want the Bears to do better, obviously, but you know.
Or the Vikings.
Or the Vikings. Broncos, Raiders. Broncos 29, Raiders 19.
I think that was quite a good game for the rookie QB. I also know Gardner Minshew, who's not a very good QB, let's be honest, is now out for the rest of the season.
What did he do?
During this game, I don't know what point it happened. Again, I was only watching this one on Red Zone. He broke his collarbone.
Ow. Fucking hell.
Yeah.
He still managed to bang up 230 yards, though.
Yeah.
1 touchdown, 1 interception. He had 42 attempts, 25 complete, though.
Yeah. That's not great.
No. And you have Bo Nix, 42 attempts, 25 complete, 273 yards, 2 touchdowns. He is an outstanding QB for a rookie. I think he is definitely the Broncos franchise.
It wasn't his best throwing performance, but like a lot of the rookies that are coming out at the moment, he can run the ball well.
Yeah, it's a different kind of ball game.
Yeah, they're all seem to be. Everyone wants the QB that is a dual threat QB, so that you can, if your passing game ain't going right, you can just run it with your running backs or just run it yourself.
Raiders had 300 passing yards and Broncos had 263. Well, the rushing yards for both are 63 and 69. No turnovers for Broncos, 2 for Raiders.
And they can kill you, the turnovers.
Yeah, they can kill you. We say that every week. But look at the last 3 games previous to this one we're speaking of. It's a weird way to win with that many turnovers. It looks like a hard-fought game.
I think it was for both teams.
10 points between them. You never know what's going to happen.
The Broncos didn't run away with it. No. The Raiders put up a fight. I will say that. It's just one of those things that the Broncos were a bit of a better team on that day. Yeah.
Cardinals Seahawks. Now that's a rarity to see that the Cardinals lose with such a low scoring summary.
Yeah. I heard it said, I can't remember if I saw it in a video on social media or during Red Zone or where I heard it, but someone said Kyler Murray's a bit of a roller coaster QB. Goes through these spates of being really good, and then he'll have a spate where he just starts going really bad.
Yeah, it does seem that way. You got.
I mean, I don't think he was horrible. I mean, both him and Gino got infected.
Yeah, There is 10 points between them again. And it was field goal for Cardinals, all second quarter action, field goal, Seattle touchdown, touchdown for Cardinals, field goal for Cardinals in the fourth, field goal for the Seahawks in the fourth. That scoring summary sounds really weird.
Field goal, Cardinals in second and fourth quarter. But yeah, I mean, that's what can you say, that the Seahawks managed to actually capitalize and get 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
You put 2 touchdowns in, and that's a better score.
On mine, Seahawks only got 1 touchdown, 1 field goal.
So I've got second quarter, field goal for Cardinals, touchdown Seahawks.
Mm-hmm.
Third quarter, touchdown Seahawks. Fourth quarter, field goal, field goal.
No, I've got third quarter, Cardinals touchdown, then Cardinals field goal, Seahawks field goal.
Yeah, that's not possible.
That's not right, is it?
No.
It makes me wonder sometimes.
I'm on ESPN.
Okay, yeah. All round, not an amazing game.
I think it was one of those games where both teams know each other quite well, and it's a slogfest.
Yeah, definite. It was a fight to the end.
Because I mean, you look at the total yards: Arizona 298, Seattle 285.
Yeah, it's a hard-fought game.
So they were both definitely both trying.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those, you've just got to keep grinding and hope you're the one that comes out on top.
And unlucky for some, it was the Seahawks.
I mean, somebody's going to lose it at the end of the day.
Yeah, 100%. Shall we move along to the 49ers Packers bumfest?
I didn't see much of this apart from what came up on Red Zone, if I'm honest.
I was watching but I think I was struggling to watch it. It was late and I was laying in bed and I'm just like, oh mate. So the scoring summary: Niners 10, Packers 38. Brandon Allen, because Brock Purdy was out. I can't remember why they said Brock Purdy was out. But they also had, who's there? Fucking Nick Bosa was out as well. So their run game wasn't what it was supposed to be. Brandon Allen had 29 attempts, 17 complete, 199 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. There's a reason he's a backup, and the Niners cannot afford to have Brock Purdy out, because he can't.
Their backup isn't good.
Their backup needs work. You've got Jordan Love, 23 attempts, 13 complete, 163 yards, 2 touchdowns, and that was not an amazing game for Jordan Love. Our rushing game with Josh Jacobs.
Josh Jacobs really sealed that one, didn't he?
He got
brilliantly.
26 attempts, 106 yards, 18 the longest, 3 touchdowns for him. And then Christian Watson, rushing yards, 1 attempt, 4 yards, longest of 4. We had Malik Heath with a 1 yard, a receiving touchdown, 2 yards. Fucking hell, what was going on? 15 yards, 2 receptions. And Tucker Kraft, our amazing tight end that he is, he got another touchdown for us as well.
That clip of Tucker Kraft was brilliant, where he's just running up the field and accidentally runs over his own lineman.
That was hilarious. The thing that worried me going into this game is the Niners have got George Kittle, Deebo Samuel, they've got Brandon Ayuk, who I believe is still out.
I was going to say Ayuk is still out. No, he
was in. No, Ayuk was in. Yeah. They've also got Christian McCaffrey, who is not playing.
Christian McCaffrey's the big problem. Really,
he's not playing as well at the moment.
Doing brilliantly.
Yeah. Was his Achilles tendonitis? He's just come back from. I think it's like 2nd or 3rd game back from Achilles tendonitis.
I think the whole team isn't playing their best.
They're like a broken team at the moment.
Yeah.
But luckily for us, they didn't have Nick Bosa, so they couldn't keep us away from the end zone, which we capitalised on with Josh Jacobs, who is, I believe, third in rushing yards for the NFL.
Yes, something like 933 or something.
I think it's Derrick Henry, Saquon Barkley, and then Josh Jacobs.
No, Saquon and Derrick.
Yeah. Has it switched?
Yeah. Derrick Henry didn't have his. I mean, he put up a few yards this game, like 100 odd yards. But yeah, I mean, we'll talk about Saquon's one when we get to it. That was an insane one, basically. But I mean, Josh Jacobs done brilliantly in this one.
Yeah, he's an absolute animal. He will just run through, and it doesn't matter. It's very similar to Saquon Barkley. He sort of just digs in, and he will just keep going, no matter how many people are trying to push him back. He will.
From what I've seen of the clips and stuff, he has quite good, I suppose you could call it vision. Like if he sees a hole from the running lane that's supposed to be open is closing, he can quite often switch and spot something else and try and run that way.
Yeah,
he doesn't just get shut down instantly all the time.
He's just come over to us beginning of this season, I believe.
I was going to say it was him. Yeah, it was him, Saquon, and Henry that were all on different teams last season that are all leading the league in rushing yards this season. It's been quite a talking point of the NFL.
Yeah, 100%. And I'm glad we signed him. I was a bit gutted that Aaron Jones went, but Josh Jacobs is doing a lot more for us this season.
I think he's been a great addition for you.
100%. In the spirit of moving things along quickly. Eagles, Rams. Eagles 37, Rams 20, and I did not watch the game. Absolutely.
I think you should.
I am going to. I've just been.
If there's one you watch this week, that's the one.
I've been working in an asshole of nowhere this week. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. No signal on my phone. Just emergency calls.
So
bullshit.
Jalen had 15 of 22 for 179 yards, 1 touchdown. Stafford had 24 of 36 for 243 yards. Wow. So they were putting up good numbers and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
But this is where it gets better. The rushing. This is what really sealed it for us.
Yeah,
so
just look at the rushing yards.
The biggest rusher for Rams was Kyron Williams, 16 carries, 72 yards, 1 touchdown. Saquon, 26 carries for 255 yards and 2 touchdowns.
The man's an animal. He's an absolute animal.
Like he ripped 2 70-yard runs in this one game.
I've seen that one. I've seen that.
Which one? There was 2 of them.
No, I've seen that he done 2 70-yard runs.
Yeah, one of them was brilliant because they went to half time. When they come back, obviously they interview one of the head coaches of usually the leagues inside to say what's been your message to try and get things going. And I can't remember who their head coach is, but he said, we need to re-establish our run game like we did in the first quarter. Get that going because they put up a good drive and they got a touchdown. In the first quarter, and then because the Eagles had won the coin toss. So they wanted to re-establish the run game, but because the Eagles had won the coin toss and elected to receive in the second half, they were about the 30-yard line, hand it off to Saquon, literally rips a 70-yarder straight off half time.
Can you imagine being able to run 70 yards with another team bearing down on you trying to fucking crush your soul?
The funniest one was his first 70-yarder that he ripped. He got about 15 or 10-yard line, was looking behind him, realised they weren't close enough, and just started shaking his head out. Just running into the end zone, shaking his head. Like they weren't catching him.
Did you hear Derrick Henry in an interview told Saquon to slow down?
Yeah. Yeah. I thought that was brilliant.
Saquon Barkley has been the best signing that the Eagles have had in a while, I think. Best signing for the team.
They took him a three-year contract for like $37 or $32 million. That's an absolute steal.
That man
for
needs
someone like Saquon. I think if he decides to stay, I think he will, as long as he carries on. I mean, even if he does half of what he does next year, what he's done this year, he'll get extended.
100%. 100%. He is.
Because I mean, he's just been an absolute beast. He's just got Player of the Week for an NFC offensive, his fourth one.
But this season, that's absolutely fucking bonkers, isn't it?
We're only on week 12.
There's many more to come.
He hasn't. So his 255 yards in one game are a Eagle franchise record. His 4 NFC Player of the Weeks are an Eagles franchise record. The 255 yards is also his career best game.
Okay, now Josh Jacobs, I forgot the numbers that he put up on Sunday are a Packers record as well.
I'm not surprised.
First Packer in a long time to do it.
So so the rushing leaders currently sit. So yeah, Josh Jacobs 944. He's in third place. Derrick Henry 1325 in second, and Saquon is 1392.
What was Derrick Henry?
1325.
That's a long. That is a lot of yards between second and first, isn't it? It's a lot of yards between first, second, and third, really.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, Josh Jacobs has done fantastic, but there is a difference between what him and Derrick Henry and Saquon have done.
Yeah, definitely.
There's no two ways about it, unfortunately. They have just run away with that this year. I think it is literally a race between them for the leader for the season.
Yeah, and we won't find out until the playoffs now who's going to win that.
But the Rams put up a fight, I will say. They did their best.
Yeah,
but our defense just came in and said, no, you aren't winning. Unfortunately, we lost Brandon Graham for the season, tore his tricep.
Yeah, I've seen that.
That post-game interview. Which is even sadder considering you think he's 15 years in. This may have been his last season.
Yeah. He might come back for one more season.
I think it all depends how well he recovers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
I hope he does, because the man's just a legend in Philadelphia, a legend for the team. Mm-hmm. And I mean, he got insane numbers this season, this game. What did he get? Let's have a look. And typically my internet's so slow.
Yeah.
Brandon Graham. Yeah, he got a sack and 2 tackles.
Jeez. That's good. That is very good.
On year 15.
Yeah.
And he didn't even play the whole game because he was out.
It's mad, isn't it? What you can do after being in.
He's 36. He's literally the same age as me.
That's mental, isn't it?
I mean, I would not even consider doing that at this age.
No. Should we move along to Ravens Chargers?
I
saw
the highlights.
I've not. No.
I'm not sure I'm comfortable saying this was the Ravens' best performance. They won, don't get me wrong. They put up enough of a fight. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Something seemed off about it.
I've not watched it. I've not watched the highlights. Again, busy at home and backwater fucking countryside where you can't even get mobile data or anything.
I mean, Lamar put up 16 of 22 for 177 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
Henry put up 24 carries of 140 yards.
I think sometimes Derrick Henry carries the Ravens along with Lamar Jackson.
That's what it seems to be at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Their receivers don't seem to be doing so much.
No, they got a total yards of 389. The Chargers got 285. Their passing yards are a lot lower, 177, for 202.
Yeah.
Rushing yards 212 to 83.
Yeah, they're definitely Baltimore's definitely a run heavy team this season.
Yeah. Justin Herbert 36 attempts, 21 complete, 218 yards.
I will say that the Chargers are quite good this season. They seem to have just snuck out of nowhere.
100%. They are doing quite well, I think.
They're 7-4 on the season.
They're going to the playoffs. If they keep on the track they're going, they're going to make it to the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, it all depends where they. I mean, they're at the moment they're the 6th seed in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
they're above the Broncos.
And the Broncos
last week though, they were classed as the 5 seed, and the Ravens were the 6 seed. They've just, because of the game the Ravens won, their place is switched this week.
It's mental.
So yeah, I mean, I think the Chargers have sort of been a mid-pack team for so long. That's kind of where everybody's expected them to be, and then they've managed a bit of a surge this year to get a few more games under the belt.
Yeah,
and just sort of surprise everyone.
Yeah.
But I've always thought Herbert's a pretty good QB.
Yeah, I've always thought he's a good QB. He's not the worst. He's a mid range.
I think the problem's been the rest of the team hasn't quite been to the point where it needs to be to push them forward.
Yeah.
I'd quite like to see him in the playoffs just because they've missed a few times.
Yeah,
I will say the playoff picture is looking quite interesting.
It is looking very interesting. I was just looking at it myself. I wouldn't have thought the Falcons would be in the playoffs, though.
No, but that's because they're first in the NFC South. That's the only reason.
Yeah.
And their record's 6-5, so that shows you how bad the NFC South is.
Yeah.
It's the same as the Seahawks. They're first in the West. They're 6-5.
I'm actually looking forward to. Packers have got Dolphins, but I'm actually looking forward to watching the Lions just steam all over the Bears, or the Bears have a weird week and steam all over the Lions.
It will be quite funny.
Eagles have got Baltimore Ravens next. Ooh.
That's going to be an interesting one. Both quite run-heavy teams.
That's going to be a saucy game.
I think that's going to be definitely one to watch, and it's a Sunday game, so I haven't had to book a day off of work for this one.
Even better.
I do think the shit show game of the week is going to be Giants and Cowboys.
I'm not even looking at that. I'm looking at, what am I doing? Yeah, Giants, Cowboys. Somebody's got to score. Somebody's got to win.
Yeah, I mean, the Texans should get a bit of a boost this week. They've got to play the Jags. So that should be a nice little boost game for CJ and Co. And hopefully fire them back up.
We can only hope.
Again, Seahawks have got another one like that. They've got to play the Jets. I think the Jets are a complete wash this season. They've just fired their GM. They fired their head coach. I don't believe either of them are the problem.
No, neither do I.
I can't remember who it was that came out as saying it, but one of them wanted to bench Rodgers back in week 4.
I heard that. Maybe he should have been.
Yeah.
It's too late now.
Yeah, I mean, they're too far in the season to...
Have you got anything else? I'm done diddly done.
What did I see? I made a note of a couple of things.
I figured out why I wasn't getting any news. I'd somehow managed to put Twitter into friggin' deep sleep, so I wasn't getting any notifications from them for some reason.
Right. Yeah. So, former Pro Bowl linebacker Shaq Barrett announced his retirement back in July. He's now applied to be reinstated in the NFL.
Ooh. And who did he play for?
He was signed to the Dolphins, so they hold his contract rights at the moment. But the interesting bit about it is there's rumours that it was the Eagles that talked him into coming back.
Oh, okay. So he could come to the Eagles.
Yeah. I'm not sure why. We've got a couple of pretty good linebackers at the moment. So I thought that was quite an interesting one. The Eagles have also claimed a D-end, Charles Harris from waivers, who was formerly on the Panthers. Because obviously they've officially placed Brandon Graham on IR now for the season.
Yeah.
And then signed another DN to the practice squad, released a D tackle and a wide receiver to make room for them.
Oh, okay.
So it looks like they're trying to brace themselves for what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Because obviously Brandon Graham was one of our primary guys. Now we put Nolan Smith in. So that basically we don't necessarily have one defensive end that we play for most of the game. They kind of rotate through them.
Yeah.
And we've lost one of our primary chosen ones, so they've got to look for some backup help.
It's the way to do it.
But yeah, I mean, I thought the Shaq Barrett one was interesting.
That's really interesting. If he comes back from retirement and joins the Eagles, we'll call it for Kelsey to come back and join the Eagles again.
There's been rumours that they're trying to talk Kelsey into coming back.
He's doing too much now.
Yeah, I mean, he's just started a new show, isn't he? That's going to air during the playoffs and that. So, yeah, he's definitely not coming back to play.
No. And his wife has just started a podcast as well.
Which no doubt would do better than ours.
Yes, I agree. We got 12 views last week on our video, so...
Hey!
Winner, chicken dinner.
We keep trying.
We keep trying, and we will succeed maybe in 10 years when we're both old as fuck. Right, I'm done. How are you done?
Yeah, I'm done. That's everything I got for the week.
Yeah, next week I'll be more prepared and hopefully be able to actually have some shit to talk about and not fucking unwell again. Right, I'm out. Peace.
Take it easy.
Okay, now.